So these are the six mini tasks with little amount of time that every day we can spend. And roughly, I guess we are going to give 60 to 70 minutes every day to do this task. And there is no compulsion that you should do uh, it for complete 60 minutes in a one go. No. If you get 5 minutes time early morning, you can read a book. And if you get evening 30 minutes, you can go for speaking like that. You can partition your time and you can go for the task. There is no compulsion that you have to do it in a one go. No, nothing like that. But roughly, if you have a 60 to 75 minutes every day for next 90 days, you can definitely come out of the intermediate zone to little advanced speaker, I guess. Because these are the flaws that I observed within me. So I want to focus on my flaws and I want to improve my English with the six tiny tasks which I planned for myself for the next 90 days. Hi everyone, I am Radhika Veeram. As I promised yesterday, today I am here with a 90 days of plan of action to become fluent English speaker in 2026 before the year ends. So, guys, you know how to read English books and you know how to understand the content that you are consuming every day, but you are struggling to speak English. If you are the person who is struggling to speak English, but you can understand English very well, then this simple plan of action will definitely help you. But you have to promise yourself that you are gonna give 90 days of time to practice every single day. So, what I want to tell you, this plan is not for absolute beginners. This is for above beginner level. Those who can read books, who can understand English and English content regularly, those who consume English content, for them it will helpful. But if you are an absolute beginner and don't know and don't understand anything in English, it will not suit to you. Because I prepared this plan for myself because I know I'm not a beginner level speaker. I can hold conversations up to intermediate level. So that's why I prepared this plan for myself. For the next 90 days, I'm gonna implement this plan. And moreover, I want to mention one thing. All these days, what I used to do, I used to keep unrealistic plans, goals towards my English fluency journey. And I gave myself a large task like consuming English content for 30 minutes and ending up with not understanding anything. So it's an unrealistic thing. And I don't even want to show up on that 30 minutes of consuming English content. So this time I don't want to be like an unrealistic person who plan everything but don't achieve anything. I want to keep myself simple and it's not going to be hard at all. I planned it in a simple, realistic, and achievable goals. So I have written everything in my notes and the plan of action for the mission Fluent English Speaker in 2026. So if you want, I can give the picture of this. Please comment below that we need a plan. So by that I can post it in my YouTube post. You will get it. So, my deadline for this plan of action is that December 31st, 2026. Because I already mentioned that before this year ends, I want to become confident and as well as fluent English speaker. So, my deadline for this plan is December 31st, 2026. So, my 90 days mission is all about building a strong grip in this English language. And I want to speak confidently without any fumble. Even if I do hundreds of mistakes, even if I make hundreds of mistakes, also I don't want to bother about that. I just want to focus on my confidence and as well as the articulation. So that is my mission goal, this 90 days mission goal. And I don't want to look over a perfection or over excuses like I didn't get a time. Because everyone will get a time, but we give such a excuses that we are so busy. So I don't want to give that excuses. And most important thing, I want to focus on my consistency. because I know I'm not a consistent person. I will plan large tasks and I'll end up without doing anything. So I don't want to be like that this time. I want to focus on my consistency, confidence, and my articulation, and not the perfection and everything. So, coming to my goal is very simple. In this 90 days, I want to speak fluently without any fear, and I want to hold any conversation with anybody. Maybe they are beginner, intermediate, or advanced level speakers. I want to hold that confidence. I don't want to become perfect English speaker where I want to speak grammatically correct English and all. No, not like that. I want to speak comfortably and I want to hold conversation. I want to engage the conversation with the other person whom I want to speak. So I want to build vocabulary, pronunciation, and as well as I want to reduce my hesitation while I'm speaking to the person. So this is the my 90 days goal. Like what I want to improve pronunciation, vocabulary, and I want to reduce my hesitation and I want a grip in this language to hold a conversation, move forward. And my 90-day plan of action is very simple. It's have 6 mini tasks. Yeah, this is the 6 simple tasks that I have jotted down. The daily action. First daily action is that camera speaking. Yes, the first simple task that I gave for myself is that camera speaking. That camera speaking is also not that much long time. It's 5 to 8 minutes. It depends. If I can able to speak in front of the camera for 5 minutes, that's absolutely fine. Or if I prolong that for 8 minutes, that is also absolutely fine. But I give myself 8 minutes on an average to speak in front of the camera. And you might get a doubt. Okay, you told camera speaking, but what we should actually do in front of the camera? Let me tell you. The thing is, like, first you need to speak in English in front of the camera. There is nothing specific about it. You can speak anything about yourself, your family, your actions, your to-do list, and what you learned today, and what made you disappoint today, what made you happy today. Anything, any random thing, you can start speaking in front of the camera and make yourself comfortable to present yourself in front of the camera. That is the first simple task which I gave to myself to improve my fluency. And one more thing, when we are speaking in front of the camera, the only rule that we need to follow: don't stop if you didn't get any vocabulary, or if you made any mistake, don't stop yourself. Continue speaking. That's what we need to improve. Second action that you need to do, that is reading a book. Here, I don't want to keep myself in a confusion that if I write down that read a book in a sense, my mind will tell, okay, Radhika, you have plenty of books in your bookshelf, so which one you are going to read? So this time, I made it so specific that read Atomic Habits book. Yes. When we keep ourselves with a specific task, for example, if I can say that read a book, I don't know what book I need to pick at the time when I want to read. So if I am specific about the task which I'm gonna do, then I can able to make myself more comfortable and easy to do the task. That's why I picked the book Atomic Habits, and I gave a daily action that read Atomic Habits book. And that is also not more than 10 minutes. Minimum 5 minutes, maximum 10 minutes. Every day I have to read 2 pages. Yes. Here 2 pages I can read within 5 to 6 minutes, roughly, I guess. But what I have to do here, reading is not my cup of tea, but still I want to make it as a habit. If I complete that 2 pages within 5 minutes, I will read again those 2 pages in order to understand what exactly the author is saying in that book. So second task is also very simple, where you can complete it within 10 minutes. Reading a 2 pages in 10 minutes, it's very easy, right? So that's why This time I'm very specific. I want to read Atomic Habits book for 10 minutes, 2 pages. Very clear and simple task. Now coming to the third task, that is vocabulary. See, vocabulary. Many of us, what we will do, we consume lot of English content and we read lot of books and we will be in a real conversations as well. But sometimes our brain won't give us a good vocabulary to pick the conversation. So that's why I included this vocabulary. Vocabulary plays a really major role when it comes to any language. If you want to speak something in any language, you need a words. If we don't have a words, we can't make sentences. If we can't make sentences, we can't hold conversation. So vocabulary plays a major role, and I gave 5 minutes of time for vocabulary every day, 5 minutes. And in that 5 minutes, I linked this vocabulary task to the reading book concept, because when I read Atomic Habits book, of course I will find at least 2 to 3 vocabs which I really don't know and which I didn't even come across. So I'll pick two useful words from the pages which I am gonna read in that book. I will read and I will pick two useful words and I will write the meaning of that words and that words I'm going to use in a sentence. So I have written, pick two useful words from those 2 pages, write meaning plus your own sentence. So this is the third task. Coming to the fourth task is input. Input in the sense consuming English content. Yes, I did a really a major mistake. Earlier days, I didn't consume enough English content. That's why I lack every time when I'm going to have a real life conversation. So this time, what I want to do, I want to consume English content. Same like how I want to build a habit of reading books, and there I specified I'm gonna read Atomic Habits and English content also. I want to consume only one speaker English content, and she is none other than Priyanka Chopra. Yes, I'm a big fan of her English especially. So what I want to do, I want to pick any one of her videos, every day one video, or every 2 days I want to pick one video and I want to complete that video. I'll jot down words if I get anything new and fancy, and I'll try to use that words in my real life day to day conversations. And for this English consumption, I gave 15 minutes of time. I'll pick 15 minutes of video or less than 15 minutes, but I don't want to jump more than 15 minutes of video. It is going to be a difficult task for us to complete that 15 minutes of video. I don't know about you. My capacity is that I can consume up to 10 minutes of video. It's anybody. Even entertainment, I can only go for 10 minutes, not more than that. After that, I'll skip the video. So I don't want to pressurize myself in consuming English content, and I'm very specific this time. I want to use YouTube for consuming English content, and I want to go with Priyanka Chopra video, interview video, or any video that she spoke. I'm very specific, and watching and listening carefully her pronunciation in that video. Yes, pronunciation and as well as the vocabulary that she used. And especially I'm gonna focus on sentence pattern that she used in that video. So I'm so specific about this task, English consumption. And coming to fifth one, pronunciation. This is the major problem of every English learner, no matter you're a beginner or intermediate, but we face a pronunciation problem. Yes, because we are not native speakers, so obviously we will struggle to pronounce words in a correct way. So, what I used to do, I used to translate, or I used to go to Google Translator to get the pronunciation, but that is the mistake which I made earlier, so I don't want to repeat that mistake. And I watched one of the YouTubers video, and she told me, if you want to improve English pronunciation, the best application that you can use is that Cambridge Dictionary. There you will get a meaning sentences and as well American accent and as well as British accent pronunciation. So this time I specified pronunciation and practice, and I gave myself for this task is 5 minutes. And what I'm gonna do in that 5 minutes, I'll choose one word every day, and I will listen that pronunciation on Cambridge Dictionary, and then I'll repeat it until it become familiar and as well as habituated. I need to get habituated to that pronunciation correctly. So until I get the pronunciation correctly of that particular word which I have chosen for that day, I'll practice that. It might be 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. I think more than 5 minutes it won't take to grab the pronunciation. So I gave myself a 5 minutes to practice pronunciation, and sometimes I'm gonna uh, learn in this pronunciation some tongue twisters also, because tongue twisters also can help us to improve our pronunciation. So in this pronunciation, I'm gonna add tongue twisters and as well as few words. And the last one is output, which is speaking part. You might ask me that we are speaking in front of the camera, right? That is also speaking practice. Of course, camera speaking is also speaking practice, but when we speak in front of the camera, we will become more comfortable in front of the camera because nobody going to listen you and nobody is going to point out your mistakes. That's why I included this sixth task, which is speaking with real people like us, those who are eager to improve this language. So for this, I picked the one application that is Fluency. I already used this application 2 years back when I was a beginner, absolute beginner. I started my English speaking journey with that application to be, to make myself advanced speaker and to become fluent in this 2026. Again, I'm gonna use this application, Ace Fluency. Every day, I am gonna speak 30 minutes. It might be one-on-one call or a group call. I want to use and utilize this application to speak with random co-learners. So you can see I kept sixth task is ACE fluency 30 minutes, and what we have to do exactly in the sense practice speaking with that application, focusing exactly what you are speaking. So for this all the six tasks we don't need any preparation. We can directly start doing this. The first one is camera speaking. Second one is reading any book in the sense be specific about the book. If you kept yourself a task reading a book, and you will end up with choosing a book, so be specific, pick one book and start reading every day 2 pages, not more than two. Once you get familiar and you build a habit of reading book, after 30 days or 60 days you can go for more pages also. But as of now, I am not a good reader. That's why I gave myself a 2 pages every day. And after that, whatever the pages that I have read, I need to pick two vocabulary from that pages and I need to write the meaning and as well as my own sentences. And next one is consuming English content. Yes, which I stopped. It's been 3 months. I didn't consume English content much, so I want to consume English content, and this time I was, as I already mentioned, that I'm specific about the speaker, and I choose the speaker Priyanka Chopra, where I'm gonna consume English content of her interview videos, and I want to focus on the pronunciation and the sentence pattern that she used and the confidence that she carried throughout that video. And I gave a pretty good amount of time for consuming English content. Once I start consuming English content, I want to focus on the pronunciation of the words and as well as how I make pronunciation mistakes. Of course, everybody do pronunciation mistakes, but I do a lot. So I want to uh, correct my pronunciation through using the application called Cambridge Dictionary. And the last one is speaking activity through experience. So these are the six mini tasks with little amount of time that every day we can spend. And roughly, I guess we are going to give 60 to 70 minutes every day to do this task. And there is no compulsion that you should do uh, it for complete 60 minutes in a one go. No. If you get 5 minutes time early morning, you can read a book. And if you get evening 30 minutes, you can go for speaking like that. You can partition your time and you can go for the task. There is no compulsion that you have to do it in a one go. No, nothing like that. But roughly, if you have a 60 to 75 minutes every day for next 90 days, you can definitely come out of the intermediate zone to little advanced speaker, I guess. Because these are the flaws that I observed within me. So I want to focus on my flaws and I want to improve my English with the six tiny tasks which I planned for myself for the next 90 days. And before this 2026 ends, I want to see myself pretty more confident English speaker, and as well as I want to achieve something before the year ends. So, guys, I hope this plan is going to help you if you are also more than a beginner and you want to become an intermediate speaker. It will definitely help you. So, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, those who want to become an intermediate speaker but not able to cross the beginner to intermediate zone. This video might help them, and I guess this plan is realistic and as well as achievable. For me, it is realistic and achievable. If you have any problem and anything to add in this plan, please let me know in the comments. By that, I can take your suggestions and I can improve my plan accordingly. But as of now, this plan is enough for me because of the things which I already have in my plate. This plan will suit to me. So let's see you tomorrow with day one of our 90 days improvement challenge. So let's see what I'm gonna speak in front of the camera tomorrow. Are you excited? Please let me know in the comments that what you think about this plan. Bye bye. See you tomorrow.